Hey everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. Got back from, what's interesting, and I was talking about this a little bit earlier today in the room, is that every time I've traveled this year, the markets have exploded higher. So on Thursday, I flew out to Canada, and on Monday I came back, and the markets pretty much went straight up. Any of those that are familiar with Via Ferratas, I did one of those, which was a B and C ranking, which was completely terrifying. This is my oldest son, James. A fall from here is essentially death. That's 3,000 feet to the bottom, and you're just you're cabled, but you're having to climb up these, and you go over the mountain and down the mountain. It was completely terrifying, but an amazing bonding experience. So that was great, but my gosh. And up here, it's snowing, it's hailing. Good times. But for anybody that's interested in it, it's called Gila hiking up in Canada, and it was amazing. Great experience. Okay, back to the markets. So if we look here at the VIX, I've been watching on a weekly and a 2-day squeeze. We are back down to kind of the bottom levels of support here. So I am looking at, and I'll talk about this more in the premium video in terms of what day this week to expect that pit bull low sell-off, but I am looking for a move back into this cluster of moving averages prior to monthly expiration. But if we do pop up into this, I would be a buyer of stocks like Amazon and things like that. So certainly taking a look at that. We'll certainly send out text alerts this week to members for when we take that action. And then from there, the other things I've been looking at have been some of the major kind of potential topping moves. And one of those is in the US dollar. The US dollar here showing some potential tops and all the implications for this. If the dollar here is topping, that implies a bunch of things, most notably though a potential bottom in gold, which we want to keep an eye on. And of course, if the dollar is coming down, we would look for the euro to go higher, right? And then last but not least, one of the markets here that I'm looking at for a big move is the financials. Now, I don't think it's clear which way this is going to go, if it's going to be up or down. There is a weekly squeeze, and what we're doing here is we're buying strangles, okay, the August strangles, where, well, here, let me just grab this real quick. So not going too far out. So we're sitting here at 27.18. So bought the 28 call and the 26 put as a strangle for 47 cents. And I've already got an order to sell it at $1. Okay. So essentially what I'm making a bet on is because of that weekly squeeze, we're going to have a greater than expected move. And the expected move over the next 38 days is $1.31. So I'm essentially making a bet that it's going to move more like $2, $2.20, up or down, I don't care. I've got a good till cancel order to close that out at $1. I love this trade. It's not a trade I have to worry about, and I'm willing to risk the debit paid, all right? And just a quick note here, I am going to be doing a free webinar on Wednesday. This will be July 11th at 7 o'clock Central. And what I'm going to be talking about here, if you're familiar with Carolyn Boroden's work and anything having to do with Fibonacci's, this is one of the tools where I found, especially if you're newer or even intermediate, is that when people strategically add specific Fibonacci-related techniques to their trading plan, it always, always, always improves their trading, and sometimes is actually the deciding factor of whether or not they turn the corner to becoming a profitable trader. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about why simple fib tools can be your biggest unfair advantage in the markets. And there's always that thing of like, okay, well, which one do you know it's going to hold and stuff like that. I want to talk about that, how to beat the big funds with basic fib tools. There's actually an opportunity to trade live with myself and Carolyn if you're so interested, how to avoid emotional trades and stack the odds in your favor, and just a lot. And again, it's a free webinar. We'll be covering all kinds of stuff like that. If you're a student of Fibonacci or if you're not really sure about it, it's a great introductory webinar. And if you've been doing it for a while, hopefully I always like to try to find a few new ideas that you can utilize. All right. Now, if you look at this link, it's simplertrading.co/series. So that's not a misprint. So you just do .co instead of .com. You just have to type that in. That'll take you to this page. Also, I believe you can probably find this link in your email and stuff like that too. And looking forward to working with you on that. All right, you guys have a fantastic evening, and we'll see you at the next update.